Product placement. Code Fit Junkie. Cable RDL. I'm a huge fan of this movement. I like barbell RDLs too, but this is a little bit different because with any type of like vertical pull where you're pulling this direction, the leverage is obviously coming from the floor. So if you set yourself up on a cable for an RDL, you're gonna have to go a little bit lighter, but it's a good trade-off for certain things, because what this is gonna allow you to do, because we're gonna set the cable about here, that leverage is gonna be coming from a horizontal plane. So if you think about targeting into the glutes, instead of the vertical movement, it's coming from this way. So we're sitting back into the weight, and then we're able to kind of pull directly into that line of tension. So leverage is just a fun thing to play around with your glute training. This is a really good way for people to train glutes if maybe they have some low back sensitivity too, because it's like a sneaky way to decompress your spine at the same time. So I personally like to use the close grip, but you can use a straight bar, you can use a rope or any type of handles that you like. And I like to set up the cable just under about knee height, so like shin height. And essentially you're just gonna set yourself up far enough away from the stack to where it's not gonna bottom out when you lean forward. And we're gonna set up about hip width apart. My toes are slightly angled out. Most important thing here again is making sure that we're not leading from the spine, allowing that spinal articulation to happen. So keeping a nice connection in the core, nice and tight here. We're going to fold into ourselves, into the hip, sit back into the weight. So don't let the weight pull you forward. You really have to push your butt back and out of the way. You're gonna feel a super intense stretch on your hamstrings, all the way up through your glute, and a good stretch here. So what I'm going for is like the max angle I can get on my glute to stretch the glute. Then I'm gonna think about squeezing from the center of my butt cheek, driving my hips forward, contracting, slightly tucking, and squeezing at the top. The beauty of this movement is that you can get the stretch position here. You can kind of slightly posterior tuck your hips under, squeeze, and now I'm getting a contraction in my upper glute here. And it really helps if you make a face like this. Ugly butt squeeze. Don't rush it either. Don't be doing any of this. Oh God. Okay, so sit back into it. Right here, that's the driver. Boom, forward, squeeze up into that upper glute.